Hi. Hello. It's always a good way to start, isn't it? Start with an introduction. Hello. That's Poppy and Leo in the background. Ooh, I'm liking that orange light. Oh, let's give you a little tickle. I like that. That's pretty cool. Hey, how's it going, Racco? Hey, Danish. I've missed this music. I'm scared to change it now. I think if I change it, everyone's gonna hurl abuse at me. It's just such a catchy little jingle, isn't it? What? It's my son just exiting the room. Oh, was he doing the dance key too? Oh, okay, right. I didn't get it. I don't know what he's on about. Yeah, that one. That one. Right. We'll get cracking in a minute. This will all make sense. You might be wondering why is there a flipping Pokemon on your screen, Dan? Are you okay? I'm actually going through a Pokemon phase again. I've started playing the old retro Game Boy games. They came out on Switch in February, and I've actually started playing them again. Oh, gotta get to mine. It's so fun. It's so fun. It's an interesting technique. Hey, Kaya. It's an interesting technique and it's fun. I feel like this opens up a lot of doors for what you can create. The techniques we're going to use are very similar to photo manipulation. There's a lot of crossover. So, by the way, if you like this stream is going to show you a big chunk of the process. But if you want to dive deeper, or you've already enrolled in the Photoshop Masterclass, then this is covered. There's a whole module on all this stuff: the illustration, the shading, practice, kind of like a worksheet we go through, and then we do like a 3D product. But today we're applying it to Pokemon for some strange reason. I have questions on the turntable thing. Well, we've got turntable now, haven't we? Should we give it a go on this just while we're here? Just while we warm up, and we'll see if anyone else joins. Maybe Kerry's around. Maybe he's too busy for us, mucking around with his Darth and his
Digger.
Star Wars thing and his digger, causing mischief.
With his digger, his dirty Kerry.
He's not going to be doing work at like 10 o'clock at night, Pops.
He might be.
He might be, yeah. We'll do a turntable. We'll see how it handles this. Although the new version of turntable, which I think is in the beta, it does do raster images now as well. I can't remember if it's full release or beta. I get mixed up. Yeah, I would, Raquel. I would. And get rid of any backgrounds as well. Yeah, it does raster. Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's interesting. The turntable thing is that's what I really like to see. It is a really cool feature. It's just flipping bonkers. In fact, actually, just while I think of this, we're going to be doing a slightly different Pokemon today that arguably is a little bit harder, and I'm going to try and use some different techniques. But you could dump in a picture of a Pokemon, like the any angle, and then dump it in Illustrator and just be like, oh, let's just turntable that and get an idea. Like if I had to do a Charmander's backside, I could probably use that and it'd be good enough for me to work from. I'd obviously do the line work. He's got something funky going on with his teeth there, and there he's got no teeth. But this would be enough for me to get the right angle and then go, okay, now I'm going to draw this. So it's pretty cool, and you can go above as well.
Oh.
Whoa!
Show me this.
Show you what?
That you can turn it around and it's all like funky 3D.
No, but I actually did make a video on this the other day. This is one of the 4 videos I did that's currently being edited. It does on its foot.
Yeah.
Claws.
No. Go upside down. Go under it. Go under it.
I'm under it.
There's like a pea on its foot or something.
What are you on about?
I saw a pea a minute ago.
There's no flipping. There's no pea. What are you on about?
I saw something.
What are you on
It's a glitch.
about? You're a glitch.
Excuse me?
Anyway, let's get cooking.
Harry's doing his poster. I'm watching you.
That's fine. You crack on, Kerry. So this process, it starts with a linear illustration. We then live paint buckets and color in, really easy. We then just simply get rid of the stroke. You can keep it if you want, but we're going to go for more of a 3D style. And then this little cupcake is what we shade in Photoshop. So we do all the vector line work in Illustrator because the snapping is just superior and amazing. And then once it's perfect in Illustrator, then we copy paste it into Photoshop and then shade the shit out of it. And I'm still pretty new to this as well, actually. And we will use AI, but it'll be more of like an assistant. So I'm not like a character illustrator or anything. But it's a good bit of fun. It's a nice exercise as well. And this is what I ended up with. I could work on this a bit more, I might do, but it's just a really good practice exercise. And it's nice to be able to say, hey, I basically painted a lot of the detail on that. So that's what we're going to do. It works on a Charmander. Today we're going to try a Jolteon.
Otto Carlson says this is amazing.
Oh, thank you. And I think what you'll like about this is you'll realize how stupidly easy it is. The shading is obviously the hardest part. But trust me, I'm no artist when it comes to this sort of stuff. So we're going to use some reference images. I'll show you something I used yesterday. Where is it? Where have I got rid of it? Where's it gone? Oh, I've lost it. Never mind. We'll use it anyway in the process. Basically, what I did was I took my progress, dumped it in Firefly and said, make this more 3D and whatever. And then it AI'd it, obviously. But then having that as a reference image was like, oh, okay. So I need to add more shadows around the eyes. I need more shadowing under here. And it helped me correct a lot of my shadows and highlights and just general shading to get my version looking better. In fact, if I show you. So AI was incredibly helpful as a reference. So what I thought I'd do to show you is I saved it. So here we go. This is where I got to just on my own using the same techniques. Then I AI'd this version and I can't find it. I've lost it somewhere. And this is where I landed after from looking at that reference and going, right, let's add some more shadows here, blah, 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 blah. So it was incredibly helpful, and I'm sure it's going to be helpful for this one as well. This Pokemon is a little bit harder and there's more detail. So I should probably shut up and get to work because we got a lot to do. Oh, it's going to be a late one. I need to put the child... Oh, you've gone. Okay, she's gone. If anyone does have any questions as we go through this, just give me a shout and I'll do my best to help. But otherwise, I'm going to put some headphones in and crack on because we've got a lot to do. But like I said, I will be keeping an eye on the chat as best I can. So throw your questions at me. If a particular technique is unclear, anything of that sort, just let me know. And I'm going to record the screen actually because this might turn out to be pretty good. So we'll record it just in case some magic happens. I didn't record any of the Charmander yesterday. And whilst it's nice to do things for myself sometimes, not everything has to be content. There is part of me that was like, Dan, come on. I didn't think it was going to turn into anything. I was just mucking around. And then it turned into several hours of mucking around. Okay. Right. Music. Right, so the first thing we need is our Pokemon. Now, I've got one somewhere. Now, let me show you the process. Ah, here we go. I've got it in Firefly. So let me bring this up. You can see what I'm talking about. This was really cool, actually. So I used, not those. Where are my images? Jolteon, there you are. Yeah, so I used these images, chucked them in Firefly, and just described the pose. These are all from Google, and said, give me a Jolteon. And after a little bit of refinement, I was able to get that, which is exactly what I wanted. So we're going to use that as the pose, if you like. Have I downloaded it? No, I should probably go ahead and do that. So that is going to be the pose. I mean, that is insane, actually. That's the Nano Banana 2. And so I'm going to use that as my base pose. We're going to trace over it. And right, let's get you in Illustrator. We're going to redo this nice clean line work. So we're going to pop him in the middle. We're going to, we'll drop the opacity to like 20% and then we'll lock it so we don't move it by mistake. And we're going to zoom in. You can pencil tool this, and I did do this first yesterday. And it works, and it's fast, but I think I'm going to use the pen tool because it's just going to make it a bit easier for me to quickly go around. It's going to be hard, and you can't really see it from this picture, Raquel, but this is a lightning Pokemon as well. So there is the chance to make these parts of his fur, if you can call it that, especially electrified. So whether that's using some different digital painting techniques for these spiky parts, adding literal lightning, which is probably going to happen. I don't know. But anyway, first things first, we're just going to pen tool this. And I'm going to pen tool it as well because there's a lot of sharp spiky bits. So we're going to go default black to white colors. There we go. Now we're just going to start. We've got to get the line work right as well. The line work has to be perfect before we start moving into Photoshop, because otherwise it's very difficult to make changes afterwards. So I'm just clicking and dragging. Click there again to stop it from continuing. Click and drag. And if you want to deselect at any point, just press escape or Command Shift A and it deselects like that. Basically, this is a shortcut you're going to use a lot. And there's a lot more detail in this one than the Charmander because there's a lot more segments. So we're going to go up and do the ear. I'm going to try and do this bit as quick as possible because I want to get to the shading part. So it shouldn't take too long because I did this yesterday. And I'm pretty familiar with the process now. Hey, Andrea. Gotta catch 'em all. You a Pokemon fan, Andrea? I wouldn't say I'm a fan. I just love the retro games. It's like my childhood. Part of my childhood is Pokemon. Yeah. Let's bump up the stroke weight as well, actually, just so it's a bit easier to see. Right, we'll stick to this bit. So these start to get a little bit spikier in places. Yeah. There we go. Nice. And I'm pretty confident I can pull this off, but it's definitely going to be a little bit harder. Going around there. Right. Down here to the chin. Going up on the side there. And I know I'm probably breaking all the pen tool rules for how to use the tool correctly. The reality is, for this type of sort of illustration, it doesn't really matter. As long as I get solid line work at the end of it and it's all smooth in the right places, it doesn't matter. Oh, this is going to look so cool when it's finished. It's just good practice as well. Raquel's going to curse me for saying it, but it is good practice with the brush tool, because you use very similar techniques to photo manipulation. So if you practice these techniques, you're going to get better at doing brush work with photo manipulation. And if you're practicing photo manipulation, you're going to get better at doing this stuff as well. Yeah, look at that. Okay. Going up there, we're going to come back around. And then I'm going to bring it in. Obviously, if we need to smooth those little bits out, we can just use the smooth tool. It's usually pretty good at making short work of that stuff. Right, we've got the mouth. This is such a cool pose. I'm really pleased that I was able to use Firefly to actually get this pose, because I couldn't find that many poses on Google of Jolteon. You get like a mix of the old Pokemon card, Pokemon game poses, and then you get like fan artwork. But to find something like this in that linear, well, not to be able to generate something like this in that linear style and use it as a base, yeah, that is pretty useful. All right. I was going to say, what's everyone doing on their Friday? Or what's everyone been doing? But it's not Friday, is it? It's Thursday. God, forgotten the days already. What's going on? I was about to go to bed. Oh no, sorry, Andrea. I mean, you don't have to stay up, but it would be lovely. But is Firefly smarter than before, Dan? I think it's just always getting smarter. I use what do I use? In Photoshop, when I'm using the generative features, I use Firefly more, because I think Firefly apparently takes more of the whole image and the scene into consideration, which when I'm working on an existing project, that's pretty important. When I'm generating just a standalone asset, I generally gravitate more towards the banana. And Firefly can still generate some really cool things, but the banana seems to give me the results that I'm looking for when it comes to certain things. So if I'm generating like a character for a piece or something. Although this time round I just left it. It was just defaulted to banana 2 or whatever it is. And so I just used that, and it did it first time, so I was like, yeah, okay, whatever. Great. Right, we've got to connect the lines up as well. So we need the line work to connect. I mean, we'll have to go through and connect it after. I mean, all of this is a really good exercise. It's just good exercise for pen tool, Illustrator, Photoshop, shading. And goodness, if you can actually draw and come up with your own ideas for things, like I'm not an illustrator, artist drawing creatures out of their head kind of person, but if you can do that, my goodness, that creativity and talent plus this technique, be flipping unstoppable. So I'm just getting there's all these gaps here. That is a problem, but we'll come back and fix them after. So I'm just penciling and then using that Command-Shift-A shortcut just to quickly deselect where I need to. Come around there. Like that. Yeah, this is all nice and spiky. Some of them are slightly curved. And then make sure you've got your snapping on as well, just to snap certain lines together, which will make life a little bit easier and a bit quicker. Are you ill? Me? Oh, sorry, talking to Andrea. Actually, yeah, that's a fair question. What are you on about, Andrea? Yeah, going to bed at 10:30. That is incredibly responsible. I didn't even twig that. That's all right. I will be around tomorrow. I don't think I'm. What am I doing tomorrow? I don't know what I'm doing tomorrow, actually. This is going to take so long. Oh dear. What have you done, Dan? What have you done, son? It will look cool, though. It will look good when it's done. This is so cool. Awesome, Carrie. I'm going to add this to the list of fun things to try. In fact, Kerry, you are Photoshop Masterclass, right? Yes, you are. You have a module on this, all the techniques taught in detail. So I think it's module 7 or 8. I forget. It's one of those. It's like practice exercises and all this sort of stuff. Yeah. I'm flicking between watching you and reconstructing Darth's lightsaber. Excellent. That is good. Something like this. We could use the ellipse. Yeah, I was going to use the. No, I'm going to use the ellipse tool. Yeah, we'll grab that, throw that over here. Try and size it up similarly. I think there's some detail in the eye as well. These bits are tricky. If anyone's got any useful references for this when we come to shading, that'd be really helpful. Because in this sort of illustration, you've got these linear bits, these lines that are certain details, but when you start 3D shading, you don't have any line work. So you have to represent them with shading. It's quite tricky. Yeah. Okay. Do I shade that bit? No. So I'm not going to shade any of the... I'm not going to do the line work for any of the shading. I don't think. No, I think I'm going to shade all of this. Am I? Am I going to regret saying that? Ooh. No, I think the same for this as well. I'm just line working the main shapes. Yeah, I am. And then I'm going to have to try and search online for some skill. The thing that gives me an advantage here is the knowledge of the tools and the processes. So I'm able to do things that I wouldn't otherwise be able to do because I know a lot of these tools very well. And it's not just the tools as well, it's the process. Like, you know, when you do things wrong for years and then you eventually get it right, and it's like, aha! It's a pretty good feeling. Pencil tool would be helpful for shading, I guess. Not in this example, no. We're actually gonna, I'm trying to speed run this to get into Photoshop. So we will be using the brush tool for probably 90% of it once we get there. What you do? Every time I hear you giggle, Pops, it makes me paranoid.
I was just dancing in the background.
Are you dancing? Okay. All right. Well, at least one of us is being serious here. There we go. This is pretty easy. Spiky, spiky. Right. This bit doesn't really connect, so that might be a problem. This might all disappear, so I might have to use this image as a reference when it comes to shading as well. Right. Got to try and get the angles of the foot. And this is an AI image as well, even though it's done a really good job with those references. So if anything is looking a bit funky, it's probably worth just fixing it.
It's a lot of spikes.
It is. It's more than I realized, but if I had to pick a favorite Pokemon, it's probably this fella.
Really?
I chose Charmander before because he was easy and he didn't have many like body parts, so it was a good practice. I've actually no, I've done something similar with this for Pikachu. I've got a video on my channel. If you search Dansky Pikachu, I did one ages ago that sort of uses similar techniques.
You've missed a spike at the top.
Where?
Up. What you do without me?
Shut up.
You have a spikeless Pokemon.
What are you saying?
Nothing.
Did you just say something? I heard all I heard was just meh meh. There's a smooth tool in action, really good at smoothing things out, as you'd imagine. Right, we're getting through this quite quickly actually, which is delicious.
Great job, Poppy. Why is it a great job?
She doesn't even know. The words just come out, and then she forgets that she even said the thing like 5 seconds later.
Mm.
This is going pretty well. Yeah, you have Pikachu. Yeah. I think that was a slightly different process. That was a bit more like, did you ever watch Benny, his realistified videos? He's done that before with some creatures, and he's done Pokemon as well, and they're amazing. It was my attempt at trying something like that. Oh, goodness me. So that was a little bit more photo manipulation, using textures and things as well. Whereas this is purely trying to use more digital painting techniques. I mean, maybe we could add some textures at some point, but I wanna try and stick to brushes if I can, because I want to practice my sort of artistic skill. Let's just call it artistic skill. I use the word skill very loosely. Just do something I don't really do an awful lot of. And there we go. And we can just quickly shape builder tool that away. That one there. Just going to fill in this there. And then we've got the really painful bit in a minute. Right. Just going to bring that one out a little bit. Actually, no, I don't like that. Just stick to the script, Dan. There we go. Now, in this one, he's got claws. I don't know whether to give him... I don't think he's got claws in any of them. I think he's paws all round. Oh, thank you. So I'm gonna ignore his claws because I think he's mostly paws. Oh, good rhyme, Dan. Well done. That was a good rhyme, wasn't it?
Terrible.
It was great. Don't diss my rhyming. Old Rapmaster 2K over here. Look, it's late, all right? I don't know what I'm saying.
So late. Why are you doing this now?
I don't know. Because I'm clearly broken on some level.
Oh. Should go to therapy.
What'd you say?
Nothing.
Go to therapy.
Yeah.
I've been there, done that. All right.
Great.
Yeah. Hey, what are you on about? Shut up. Right.
Left.
Are you just gonna sit there and just troll me?
Yeah.
Great. Okay.
Well, it's sharp.
Right, we're just going to change the stroke, cap, and corner type to round, just to round everything off. I've done this really big, actually. I'm going to have to make my artboard considerably bigger. 9,000. Yeah. Right, let's chuck this up here. Okay. Have I missed anything?
Yes.
No. Genuinely.
What about those outline bits?
Hmm?
What about the outline bits? Like the shadows?
No, I've got to paint that.
Oh,
That's, yeah. It's just the main shapes in the eyes, I think.
oh, you've missed a spike.
Where?
Made you look.
You're such a dick. Right, we've got these little eye color highlight things in here, so we'll throw these in, but I might end up doing the eyes completely from scratch anyway. But we'll chuck them in for now. I can't even see that one. I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna guess it. It's probably something like this. There we go. We can round off some of those corners with the direct selection tool. Right. Okay.
That's cool.
This tooth here looks a bit weird. I think I'm gonna bring that up there, and then I'm gonna do the tooth like this. Maybe. Yeah, that's a bit better. Yeah, just pull you out a bit. Right, I'm pretty sure that is the main body of the line working. No body, pun intended. So, again, inside the ear, that's going to be shaded. Yeah. So we're going to select this. We're not going to drag it. We're going to copy, paste in place, and then move it out holding shift. This is in case I missed anything. I can then redraw the line. I can draw the new line work I've missed on over the original image, and then shift and arrow key move it out. So it goes into exactly the same place. So there's version 1 of the sketch. Stream time is 11:15 in the UK. It's a lot later than normal, that's for sure.
Cool streams being earlier. Yeah, they normally are.
They normally are, yeah. I'm still trying to figure out some new times because I've started some contract work recently. And so I'm trying to figure out when the best time to stream is. Friday's always going to be a good day. Do I need to connect that there? I might connect this here. A lot of people liked Friday evening, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that seemed quite popular, end of a week. It's just making sure I'm alive at the end of a Friday and the end of a full week.
Fun day.
Hey?
Friday fun day.
Exactly. Right, now we've got to make sure snapping's on and connect all these up. So all these lines have got to be touching. This might be a little bit painful. We just got to go through. You see here, we're zooming in really quick, using the direct selection tool and just making sure we don't have any weird overlap or gaps. If we have gaps, it's going to cause absolute anarchy. So we're closing those gaps, and then we're going to do one final pass, just cleaning up the line work. So if there's any curves that are a bit funky, then we're going to sort that out. Yeah, there we go. Let me just freestyle a bit here. If I want to change a few bits, maybe round off this corner, we can do that. Uconnect, very nice. Uconnect there. Let me do it. Friday evening's good. Our mates from the future, they're all sleeping now. Yeah, if you are watching this in the future, then well, hello. Hope you are doing amazing. Where's everyone based in the world, just out of interest? Because I know we're streaming a lot later, so there's probably some of you that I don't get to see, and maybe you're in, I don't know, more of the eastern part of the world.
I'm in the UK.
I know you are, obviously, but like in Korea, 8 hours ahead, they're going to be waking up soon.
Oh, I wish we were waking up soon in Korea.
We just want to go back to Korea now. Oh, I forgot to text my mum back actually. I was going to message her earlier, and then she messaged me. Pops, you alright to message her?
What am I messaging her?
And just say, Dan got your text, but he's an idiot and forgot to reply, and now he's streaming at 11 o'clock at night because he's also an idiot. and then casually invite her to join the stream and send her a link and make me a cake. That will be all. Pakistan, Australia, Indonesia. Nice. Sweden, nice. I'm an hour ahead of you. An hour ahead. Okay, so Europe. Spain 2 hours. I can't remember. I should know that because we lived there. What are you? France, Germany?
Sweden, Eastern, Australia, Indonesia. Wow, you're all from everywhere.
Yeah, it's cool. I've definitely done a few streams before that are either we've done the really late ones or we've done some really early ones before. Not many, but you almost like get a completely different audience. And it's amazing. Montenegro, it's amazing as well because you get people join and they're like, "Oh, this is my first time catching you live. I'm never normally able to catch one because it's the timing's just wrong or whatever." It's really cool. Right, I think this one here, we're going to just have that flow a little bit better through there. So I'm actually just going to connect that and then remove the segment. Yeah, just so we get a bit more continuity. Gap. Oh, we're nearly done. We're nearly done with this bit. I mean, I was going to say the boring bit, but hopefully you're enjoying this anyway. And maybe you're enjoying listening to me rabbiting on. And if you are, then goodness, what's wrong with you? That's a bit, yeah. Oh, the smooth tool's good. It does make your geometry a bit funky sometimes.
Your
But
mum says you're adopted.
huh?
Your mum says you're adopted.
She says I'm adopted.
You're adopted.
Did she actually say that?
No.
No, I didn't think she did. You're just being lovely. Do you see what I've got to put up with? Johannesburg. Oh, where's that?
Johannesburg.
I'm not asking you. It's a rhetorical question. I know I'm not going to get any sort of serious answer from you. Flipping troll merchant. Honestly, what's that? Andrea been training you or something?
South Africa.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Northeast part.
Same time here in Nigeria. First time catching you live. There you go. Amazing.
Yay!
Okay. Right. Okay.
Yeah, Shakira.
Oh, right.
She likes that.
Sorry, I just thought you'd gone mental for a second. Okay, so I've got to make sure everything is a separate segment now. When you come to this next bit, or like shape builder tooling, double click the tool, make sure you've got gap detection on. So have it set to small 3 pixels. So when you're shape builder tooling stuff, any tiny gaps, they're not going to cause you problems. I'm paranoid now that I've missed some, but we're going to go for it. In fact, no. Press K for the paint bucket tool. We should, if I click, these should all be separate segments, so we can very quickly see whether I've screwed this up. They should. Yeah. Oh, come on. Get in. First time. Right, again, we're going to copy, paste in place, hold shift, and we're going to go down now. This is going to be our colored version.
Dan,
Yeah?
Raquel says you need to study more your geography.
The geography master. Why? What did I say? I've forgotten.
Didn't know anything.
What did I say?
Something.
Did I say Johannesburg? I don't know where places are.
Just
Huh?
nothing.
Oh, what, Johannesburg? I got no idea. If you said to me, what is South Africa's capital? I know what you'd say. You'd be like, isn't that a continent? I've got no idea.
There is a continent, isn't there?
Yeah, but South Africa is different.
Oh no, I'm not that much of an idiot. I feel like I actually know.
I'm in doubt as well. I don't
Wait,
really
is
know.
Johannesburg South Africa's capital?
I'm check. Dan has left the chat. I'm out. Anyway, look, I got a Jolteon to color. This thing ain't gonna color itself. Right, now we're gonna just quickly moving on. We're gonna take this version and we're gonna.
Cape Town.
Oh, that rings a bell. I suppose my
What?
South African knowledge isn't very good.
3 official capital cities. That's just greedy. Why have we got to have 3 capital cities? You have Pretoria, Cape Town, and
That's just greedy.
Yes.
Are you having a crack at Africa?
No, it says they have 3.
Oh, you're so funny. Wish I was a capital city.
Well, we're making Bristol a capital now.
Right, so we're just sampling all the colours from the image now. And then we're going to colour this thing up. I was going to say Chunky Monkey then for some reason, but no idea why. Anyway, right, let's... Oh, no, that's not what I wanted to do, but it'll work for now. Right, let's colour this white, that, and that's the wrong colour, isn't it? We're going to go for the little eye bits in there. There we go, we've got white, but not quite. We're going to put that in there. That's another good rhyme as well. God, I'm on fire today. Banging them out. We've got his mouth. Oh, actually, that's no, that is a bit of shading there. So I've coloured it separately, but I'm actually going to colour it one colour. And then we'll do this bit here, but it doesn't matter if the colour's a bit rubbish. Because we can change it all in Photoshop anyway. Teeth. In fact, I've just realised I've got rid of the line work. You can keep the line work on, actually, for a bit, because it does make it a bit easier to see what you're doing. In fact,
The eyes.
yeah, let's get rid of that. I think that the ear. Just got to get, nope, I don't want
Nails.
that. There we go. Ah, his little nose. Let's colour that up as well. What is teeth if not mouth nails? I just read your post, Care. What do you want to be when you grow up, Dan? A capital city.
What Whoa, that's good.
I could definitely be a capital city. Right, I'm going to change this color slightly and make it a tiny bit more mustard color. Because I could just go and...
Your mum's replied,
Ah, what'd you put?
she doesn't love you.
Did she? No, she, of course she
No,
didn't say
she
that.
put a late night stream and then a questionable face holding its chin and then put bit weird, isn't it? Questionable face. Chin
Thanks. Is she going to join?
again.
Hmm?
I just put it is your son. I don't know.
It's just too easy to insult me, really, isn't it? It's effortless these days.
I don't know if that's insulting your mum though.
Probably. I mean, it makes no difference to you, really, does it?
Mm.
You just fire away regardless. Right. Can anyone see anything I've missed? I think we're good. This is just solid base color. And then this should hopefully work and not look terrible, but we'll see. Hey, Anna.
She put, that's right, my son's a right weirdo.
I am, yes. Yes, we're doing the color in Illustrator first, just because doing the line work, Illustrator's tool set, you know, smooth tool, pencil tool, pen tool, it's just superior to anything else. It snaps, so you can get everything perfect. The paint bucket tool makes short work of the color, but also what it does is when you live paint bucket tool this, in fact I'll show you now, we're then going to I'm going to create a copy in case things go wrong, and then we're going to actually expand this, and we should, if we ungroup it, have these different pieces. Oh no, have I forgotten? I might have forgotten a step. Let me just see. Ungroup, ungroup, ungroup. Actually, no, we might be... No, we're good, we're good. So select everything, and then we just have to get rid of the stroke. Now, if it's question marks, you can't, so you just have to pick a color, and then it'll let you delete it. So this is what we want now. We should have... Just make sure you haven't got any invisible geometry lurking. We should have this. So there should all be individual pieces. We've just got rid of the stroke. So we can put it back in like that. This is what we want. And that's exactly what we're going to copy into Photoshop. So you can keep these first two because they're a good bit of the process. You might stop at this one and be like, oh, there we go. I'm a ninja. But this is what we're taking into Photoshop. And this one here, this is what I'm gonna have this as a reference. Even the 2D shading on this and on a lot of the Pokemon illustrations is good because it helps you figure out where the lighting and shadows can go. So we're gonna screenshot that, and I'm gonna have that on my other monitor. So we're gonna chuck that down here as a reference. And then we'll see how it goes. So if I get to a point where I'm a bit stuck, I can then use Firefly to AIify it. Obviously, it'll go totally over the top and do something completely different, but it could be a really good reference to look at it and go, oh, that's where I could shade that or do that or whatever. Hey, Rachel. So, individual shapes. We're going to select everything. We're going to go into Photoshop. We're going to paste as layers. It comes in absolutely massive for some strange reason. So I'm going to scale it by 50%. 40%. Yeah, that's still giant. Yeah, that's still flipping huge. I made the artboard deliberately massive so we can stick him in the middle. We're going to go Jolteon. And then it's Photoshop time.
Photoshop, gotta get your love.
Right. I need some different music on.
Called your mama Butterbean.
Butterbean. That's funny.
Go to bed.
She's going to bed.
Yeah.
Okay. Could you mention I'll catch up with her tomorrow? Oh, actually, ask if she's around. Ask if she's about. We can grab a coffee or something. Sorry. You're like my PA right now. Oh yeah, if you could just do all this stuff for me.
You'll have the boys though.
Yeah. It's all good. We could go live row or something and they could run around.
Oh, I might have a break.
Perfect. Hi, namesake. Raquel, I read that as cheesecake then. Oh, my brain's broken. Right, so we're going to ungroup this. We've got all this path crap here. New feature in Photoshop. If you've not used this yet, upgrade to the latest one. It's bloody amazing. See all this crap? We just click the cleanup button down here. Rename layers, entire document. Click apply. It's going to give them names. This feature's flipping brilliant. Hurry up, I gotta sleep. You're gonna have to postpone your sleeping, friend. We got work to do. Right, that's amazing. But what we want to do now is we want to give these layers a color. So these are our shape layers. Oh, I love this music. We're going to go indigo. So we know that these are our like body parts, our base colors. Any new layers we add, they're not going to be blue. So that's how we'll differentiate them. Okay, here we go. So we're going to start on the face. New layer. We're going to add a clipping mask, alter option, and then you can click. You hover between the layers. And for shading, this is kind of electric-y fur. So I think for this, ooh, yeah. This brush is the best thing in the world. Like, so underrated. Hardness. We can drop it down a bit just to layer it in. I was just thinking of the best way to do it because we could use an adjustment layer, but I feel like the colors would look a bit rubbish. Yeah, so if I do like this, for example, and then I want to brush in some shading. I'm not loving that color. Yellow's a funny one. So I'm going to do what I did yesterday to start, and I'm going to sample the yellow, make it darker, and then I'm going to push it a little bit towards the orange on the hue slider. Just warming it up slightly. In fact, let's drop the hardness. So you can see we can start shading things in. We're just going to have to use a smaller brush to have less softness. I think this will be dark enough for now, but we'll see. So we're just going to go around this. The flow value here is nice and low as well. And we're just going to brush this in. In fact, let's drop it to 20. And we're just going to go, in fact, let's just mark where it's going to be. So kind of around here. And then all of this is going to be darker. And then I think this is all one piece, isn't it? So it's going to go up here as well. And then we're going to come down here. Think of this as like a first pass. And you can switch to the eraser tool as well. We're working directly on a layer now. So again, soft eraser. You can bring the flow down just like the brush tool.
Dan,
And we can do something like this.
Dan,
Yeah.
your mum says that she'll only see you if you address her as Butterbean from now on. And please advise my son of that. Nah, he was to add a clipping mask.
He doesn't want to... Wait, are you jumping between what my mum's saying and what the chat's saying?
No, that's what she's saying.
What's she on?
She says,
how is my mum qualified to talk about clipping masks?
He was to add a clipping mask. I wouldn't if I was doing it. Nah, adjustment's not a good idea. Yellow's rubbish. And then night, Rachel from Mumsky. Night.
Is she in the chat or is she just talking nonsense?
She's just texting me.
What is going on? What is happening? So if anyone does fancy having a crack at this, just know that that's the brush you got to use. Low hardness for shading, and then drop your flow. This is the most important thing, the flow. I didn't do that for flipping way too long. You've got to bring that value down and gradually build up rather than just going in at 100%. And right now, I've honestly got no idea really how this is gonna... Because it's a different... What?
Raquel, she's at the window.
Oh God, I thought you were saying my mum's at the window then. That would be so funny.
So
I would
funny.
die. I would die. Yeah, so with the head and this electric fur, whatever this is, it's obviously very different to like a smooth skin Charmander. So we're just sort of figuring out what's going to look best. Maybe this, maybe for these ones as well. What is happening? It's a good question. I think we're just going to get the base shading in first. All right, what do we got here? Just above his nose. Let's add some highlights as well. Oh, another important step I almost forgot. I've got to have these colors somewhere so I can reuse them. So because I'm using absolute colors and not adjustment layers, I got to have this marked here. And then if I go and add a highlight, we're just going to have that there as well. So this is like a color swatch that I can pull from. So we'll add a new layer, clipping mask. And then we can just try and add some highlights. See if we can got to form some sort of nose. And then we've got highlights on the other side here. A bit going up here as well. This is what helps to give it that sort of 3D look. It's just softening the edges. So this is what we've done so far. Got completely flat to that. And this is a first pass as well, so if you get this wrong, honestly, don't worry about it. It's exactly what I did. We'll try and keep the highlights and what have you to their own layers. And this bit here for the mouth, we'll sample that. We're going to go a lot darker.
Feeling okay?
Just lightly brush that in and build it up. Same for this one. Sample the color and then just go darker or lighter as you need to. So the area that's kind of back inside the mouth, it's going to be a bit darker. And for the purples of the eyes, we'll sample that. We'll go lighter. We'll just brush in a little highlight. Are you feeling okay? No. I'm not sure why he only has 3 teeth. That's a really good point. Maybe he lost one in a fight with a cucumber.
I feel like you should add another one.
Hmm?
I feel like you should add another one. Also, I shared our reel. Real.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. On the thing. Effect.
Hmm. Yes. That's probably the downside of AI, really. I've missed one of his teeth, but that's fine. We'll just, later on at some point in the process, we'll just add a tooth. We can pencil it in Photoshop. It's no big deal, and then we'll just stick it in. So that's the face for now. We'll just leave that there. Honestly, just if you start doing this and it looks crap, honestly, don't worry about it. Just don't worry about it. It's like any sort of more artistic process. If you watched like some amazingly talented artists' work, you know, their work starts out rough. Sometimes it's very rough. They're just laying stuff in. And it sometimes just takes a while to get a feel for how it's going to look. Even like this. So you can see me here. I'm shading this flipping terribly. Just trying to feel out where I need to actually put the shading. And then we'll just sculpt it with the eraser tool. So just constantly switching from the eraser tool to the brush tool. Kind of like how you would with a layer mask, really. The beauty of this technique, though, is that we have all the separate shapes, so we can add clipping masks to the different shapes. So I can scribble everywhere and it's not going to color outside that ear. That is why we do the whole process. Do you know, Cal, I did think that the other day. I did think that. I thought I would love to do my own Pokemon card from scratch. It's funny you say that. Right, let's do the leg. We're going to lay in the shading here. So what have we got? We've got some shadows from this. This is all going to be shadowed. And it's going to come down. So you can see here, we've lost the line work. So we're going to have to sort of, this is where it gets a bit tricky, almost draw back in some of these and try and blend them into the shading. It's definitely one of the harder things to do. Especially with, I mean, like you see me, what I work on normally, I'm used to having line work, solid lines. And if you're going for this sort of more illustrative style, you can't just throw in some hard lines. I mean you can, but it doesn't fit the style, you know. So again, if we just very carefully go around the edge here with a soft brush. This little piece here, that's going to be dark, fine. This piece, I think these are going to be pretty dark. So maybe we'll do something like that. And what do we got here? Yeah, a lot of this is going to be quite shadowed. Maybe a bit softer. Maybe here as well. And then we've got the front paw. So I'm using that reference image off screen to try and help me figure out where to put the shadows. And then adding back some of these details. And then, yeah, coming down. And just using the left and right square brackets on the keyboard as well to quickly adjust the brush size. Very, very useful. And then we've got a bit that comes along. Kind of need to almost come along there, like that. Yeah, so some of the shading's just a little bit too aggressive. So just dial it back. And then adjust the brush size as you need to. Same with this one. You can just soften it a little bit. Very hard cucumber. Right, back leg. So got quite a lot of dark area here. Then it's going to come down like this. We've got pores curling up. And then a nice soft brush. And we're just going with the eraser tool. Soften some of that. Just go a little bit harder around the edge. Yeah, it's pretty decent. You're about to be used as background noise while I fall asleep. I mean, could always make it weird, Andrea. Could sing you a lullaby. Go to sleep. Do, do, do. Do, 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 do. Wake up and watch the stream. Don't go to bed, please. Come on, Dad. Concentrate. Right. Okay. Color there. Do. You'll have nightmares now. Oh, this bit's going to be flipping really hard. There was loads of detail out here before, and I don't have those lines. So I'm going to have to invent detail. I had to do it for Charmander's hand because he lost in the Illustrator to Photoshop part of the process. He lost a finger. And so I had to kind of do what I'm doing here with the foot. I had to add back in the lines. And it's just one of those things I found really hard. If you watch the Pikachu video, you'll see I really struggle with it there as well. It's probably one of the main things I wasn't happy about is the mouth, and like Pikachu's mouth is like a little line. And when you don't have any sort of linear line work like in this style, it's so difficult to represent those. If anyone does have any tips on that, please fling them my way for sure. So, how are we going to do this, Dan? I think the first thing is we've probably got to get the line work back in. So what was it? Something Something like this. And it goes down. And then like that. And then down. Little spike. And then it does a big one like that. Probably a bit bigger actually. There we go. Yeah, it's not too far off. Actually, no, that is okay. Oh, bugger. Okay, scratch that. The first line was good. Needs to come a bit more this way. I should have done this on a separate layer, but I'm too much of a plonker. Little one, and then we go big one. Like that. Here we go. So that's kind of the line work that I lost. It's not exact, but it's close enough. And then as well here, kind of does this. I could, yeah, you're right. I could use the original and find out exactly where they are. But part of this exercise is I want to get better at digital painting and drawing a little bit. So if there's an opportunity like this for me to freestyle a bit of fur, I'm gonna try and take it, I think. Just so I can get some practice in. Like even a lot of this, it looks pretty rough at the minute. But that's fine. Just getting it in there. Like that. Yeah, that's looking a bit better. And then just erasing certain bits. So I'm switching between the brush tool, the eraser tool, and the flow value. That's literally all I'm doing. And you can see so far we've gone from that to that, which is okay. It's all right. This bit's going to be trickier. So now gotta try and add in. Gonna brush in some shadows. Yeah, so they kind of come away. And then they go right to that point, don't they? So let's get some more of these. We've got this one that goes. It's a lot easier to rotate the artboard sometimes. Oh, canvas rather. There we go. And I think a lot of them actually have got this sort of thing where it Comes out like this. By the way, if anyone does want to have a go at this, I would love to see your version of it. This is all covered in a lot more detail in the Photoshop Masterclass. So I know some of you have already enrolled in that. There's a link to my Photoshop courses pinned in the chat. But all this Photoshop Illustrative stuff, these techniques, they are covered. And they're surprisingly flexible as well. You can use them across a lot of things you wouldn't normally expect. Like I'm using it here for illustration things, but you can use it for photo manipulation as well. Right, this one here is slightly different. Gonna come out there, spike up, go back down, and then go up there. Haha, yes, please do, Raka. I'd love to see that. It's a fun technique as well. Like even if you've been using Photoshop a while and you do photo manipulation, you use the brush tool. It's one of those things that like when I did this for the first time, like I don't know when it was, a couple years ago, a few years ago, it was kind of like, oh wow, shit, I really didn't think I could do that. And actually, it was just I had more knowledge of the tools than I realized. I just hadn't ever applied them to something like this, and it was pretty cool. Right, we can change the color if we need to. So let's just throw in that color there. This one's got a the thing I love about it as well is like some people are like super talented artists, like they can do incredible paintings and all this sort of stuff. Like that's not me, but my advantage is that I love using Photoshop. I love using the software. And so it enables me to create things that I want to create like in my own way, you know. I'm not going to sit here and paint a Jolteon from scratch, but I can use different bits of software and processes to kind of do my version of it. Okay, we're getting there. You still there, Andrea? Give it some scales. Oh, that'd be fun. That'd be fun. Can't tell if Andrea's still there, if she's fallen asleep. Right, let's just darken this bit. Oh man. I can hear you. There she is. Yeah, she's still there. Amazing. Right. Purple. So the inside of the ears. It's probably a bit punchy actually, but it's fine. I'll dial it down in a second. It's really tricky actually. I can't really decide what style I'm going for because I'm sort of flipping between hard lines like this and then very soft shading, so I don't really know what I'm actually going for yet. I'm just hoping if I keep working on it, it'll surface kind of the direction I want to take it. Right, let's just hue saturation. We can drop that down a bit. Oh, his little button nose. We're going to do a little bit there. We'll just grab white, I think. We'll do a soft sort of pass around it, and then we'll just brush in like that. That'll do for now. It is kind of 3D, yeah, in a way. So I think as well, I'm going to do this bit next. And before I do that, I need to add a color to my palette. So we're going to sample this, go quite dark with it. And we're just going to add this up here at 100%. Should probably add the yellow as well. Where is the OG yellow? There we go. Let's add that out there. So then I could just sample that. Back to the brush tool, and we'll shade some of these in as well. Let's go for a higher opacity. Oh wait, hang on. Ah, it's just the main one. All right. I guess we're starting here. Yeah, because this style is looking a bit sort of beveled and embossed. And I think I kind of want it in the end to actually look more furry. I'm not entirely sure how to go about achieving that. I think I just have to figure it out. Yeah, let's bring you there. And we've got some other bits of shading. What's the point in doing the shading in Photoshop if it's not going to be soft shading? Yeah, I'm sort of flipping between soft and hard. And it's because I don't really know what sort of style I'm going for yet. You know, because I could do like the Charmander at the beginning I showed you. I could do 3D model version of this. But then again, there's part of me that if I'm able to technically do it, I'd love to do a version that actually has more fur-like detail and actually make this look more like fur. Smudge it, use certain hair brushes, that kind of stuff. But I'm honestly not sure. So I'm just sort of I'm trying to, what's the saying? Walk before I can run. Or no, I'm trying not to run before I can walk and just get all of this in the right place. Just build it up really gradually, because then I'll probably look at it and be like, actually, this doesn't work. So it is very much an iterative, iterative process. No, I'm losing the ability to speak now. I'm liking more the front shading than the back. What, like some of this stuff here, rather than, yeah, this feels a bit too. I mean, it's totally different to this. But that's what I mean. Rather than just try and work on the back too much, that bit is going to be quite difficult. But I'm trying to work on it in pieces. So, you know, before it was just all solid yellow. Now I've got clear definition. It almost as well, it makes this look a bit more three-dimensional, so I can kind of try and imagine it more as fur or lightning fur or whatever. Whatever the flipping heck it's going to be. But rather than work on this bit loads and loads and loads, I'm just trying to work on all the bits. Think of it in like levels. I'm trying to get every part of this Jolteon to be level 1, rather than just focusing on one part and getting that to level 10 straight away. Because as the whole thing comes together, all the different body parts, I think it's going to become clearer to me what I like, what I don't like, what sort of style I'm going to go for. And then I got to think if I can even do that style. I'm hoping I can pull it off with my knowledge of Photoshop and the photo manipulation stuff I do. I'm hopeful that I can pull it off, but right, we've got to try and get in a few wee spiky ones now. Let's get some of those in. A little one there. Let's get that. So this is going to be all shaded. I mean, a professional artist would probably look at this and go, what the flipping heck are you doing? But doesn't matter. I'll get there. Now, this bit's all very messy down here, but it doesn't matter too much. It doesn't matter too much at this stage. what have we got here? More detail coming down there. Bit more from there as well. Right, a couple more little bits. I think something like that. Right, let's grab the eraser tool now because it's all very harsh. We're just going to go in and just try and see if we can just soften some of this a little bit. Yeah, maybe something like that. It's really hard. This bit here looks a bit messy in the middle. So let's try and make some of this a bit more pronounced, maybe. Ooh, I've got an idea. Let's brush in a few more hairs. Maybe this will be the style. Get a few more like that. Oh, this is definitely the worst looking part. um, and this is where I think the AI stuff is going to really help. Because then I can get a reference image and see how it could tackle it. And then I could look at it and go, oh, that's a good idea for the fur. It just feels a little bit inconsistent here. I don't think Poppy's coming back down. I think she's disappeared. Then what we got up here? We got a bit more. It's probably not going to be hard shading like this because otherwise I may as well just done it in Illustrator and kept it all vector. So I think I am going to definitely get more creative with it than that and make it look a bit more like fur. Which will be cool because then you sort of go into like the territory of trying to reimagine the character a little bit. which could be pretty fun. Has anyone got any questions about this particular process or anything? If you do, just fire them on over and I will try and be as helpful as possible. Hey, Warren. It's looking a little bit better now. A little bit more subtle. I mean, I think you got to pat yourself in the back as well when it's due. You know, it's been, I could look at it and very easily be very critical of what I have not done. But actually, when you look at it, that's pretty good for a couple of hours. We've done the line work, we've done the color, we've got our reference, and it's already starting to shape up into something that looks different from the reference and a bit more 3D. And I think I will keep working. I think I'm not going to jump to the AI version yet. I'm going to kind of keep that as like a more of like an ace up my sleeve, if you like, a lifeline that I can use once. And I don't really want, I don't feel like I need it yet. And I think some of these as well, I could have gone a bit darker here. So what I might do is add another layer and we're going to go darker. This is going to be much darker. And I will throw this up here as a color as well. So where are we? What was I just looking at? Ah, yeah, the pause, wasn't it? Forgot which one it was. Was it here? I feel like it might have been here. Yes, it was here. So the second one here. Just got this darker color. I'm just going to try and blend some of this. Just go around some of these edges a little bit more. Oof. Oh no, that's not right. I don't like that color actually. It's not good. Where's my highlight color gone? There we go. We will add some highlights instead. So we could add some subtle highlights to the top of the pore. Could add one up here. Do I go and make them too obvious? Like here. Let's go and add maybe a bit here on the foot and some up the side here. it's kind of like what we do in photo manipulation, sort of, but we're just doing the highlights slightly differently. This bit as well, the foot looks a bit flat at the minute. So something I did for the Charmander was kind of like almost we can add like a sort of like a crease in here like this with a little bit of shading as you go up. And then if it's too pronounced, you just dial it back a bit. Yeah, super subtle. That's why we keep the flow value nice and low. This one, we could do the same thing here as well. Just come in, do something. Oops. Something like this. Kind of like what we got here. We got this sort of going on over here already. Need some tips with those bits because they're quite tricky. Oh, thanks, Raquel. In a day, I'll be mastering the brush like you do. Oh, that's very kind of you. I mean, mastering it, I don't know, but I've used it for long enough and made mistakes enough to finally have learned that it is the way. There's lots of ways that you can do things quicker as well. But I think, well, partly I actually enjoy using the brush tool. I think having a pen display helps because it's actually quite a nice feeling. I quite like doing some stuff manually because it just feels quite nice working with the stylus, and you can obviously like control things like pen pressure as well. So naturally it does become significantly less frustrating for certain things. Yeah, it really does. Andrea got, I think it was her first stylus recently as well. Because I said to her, like, it's definitely worth giving a go, especially with her, like, you know, her illustrative style. Um, I think for that sort of work, it's just such a good fit. And I think, yeah, she's sort of really taken to it. It's so good, especially for anything illustrative. There we go. Let's just soften some of this. Yeah, I'm liking this. This foot's coming together nicely, especially those sort of those joints there. And at the minute, I'm still doing all of this with that default brush. I do actually have some more artistic brushes that I want to use, but I'm a bit scared. But I think I probably will. Yeah, this bit is it's not right, is it? I will end up using them. I'll see. I'll show you what I mean. Actually, if I can just find one for a second, I'll show you what I'm waffling on about. So, where's my brushes? Brush. Yeah, stuff like this. Now, I'm not very experienced with these brushes, so they're very much more sort of artist brushes. But they would enable me to probably get quite creative with the treatment here for the fur and stuff. Obviously, again, we're going down a totally different style instead of that 3D style. Going for more of a almost like painted style. Which is totally outside my comfort zone by 1,000 miles, but but I don't know. It could yield a pretty interesting result. That's one option. The other option is if I duplicate this for a second and rasterize it, I should be able to use my smudge tool. Got to get the strength at the right position as well. There we go. We can actually try and start to turn this into some fur. So if that's the sort of thing we're going for, and we can have like a bunch of stray hairs, so we could use white. I've got some hairbrushes as well somewhere that I could use. And we could have some real kind of hairs coming off. I don't know. It's a totally different style again. But yeah, I don't know. Or we just keep it similar style. I kind of want to put a shadow in as well before I do call it a day. I want to throw a shadow in because shadows do make a big difference. So we'll brush in something like that. I'm not entirely sure what on earth the shadow would look like for this. Obviously got the body there. I'm kind of just, honestly, I'm just winging this bit. I've got no idea what the flipping shadow would look like. That's where 3D or maybe the AI one, actually, an AI generation would look pretty cool. Would be very helpful, because if I ask the AI to take this design and add the surface shadows, it will probably add them in the right place. And then I could just go, oh, okay, cool. That's how some decent shadows would look for this particular one. And then I could just add the shadows in. I think for now we could keep them pretty subtle. Yeah, they're not. They're not the best, but I mean, even that is better than nothing. You could do a bit for the body as well. Something like that. The shadows just ground the thing in the scene as well. Yeah, yeah, she did, Raquel. Actually, I'm really happy with how this is coming on, actually. Even around the collar, it looked like a grey mess before. The only bit I really don't like is over here, actually, now. I feel like I've done it better in other places since. So, I'm just going to go through and just try and... I think it's some of these edges. Yeah, it's these hard edges. Yeah, they're just not working right now. So maybe even just by softening some of them. Oh, I see. Yeah. It's trying to soften them in the right places as well. Yeah, I think it's an improvement, even if it doesn't end up being the final solution. Now this bit. A little bit too soft there. I think actually, yeah, it needs a bit more shadow under that. I really like what you did with that drop shadow from the white on the yellow. Which body part, Raquel? The white on the yellow. Oh, hello. Hey. Oh, hello. What do you reckon?
I like it.
Getting there, isn't it?
Is that
The Evolved Eevee one.
Yeah. Jolteon. Hmm?
That's amazing.
It's getting there, yes. Considering it started at that. It's definitely coming on, isn't it? It's good. It's good exercise. Good practice.
I like it.
Good stuff, Nugget.
Night night.
No, no.
Everyone.
I'll probably be up soon because my brain probably isn't too far from falling out of my backside. Bye. I think I know what this needs actually to separate it. It needs like a lighter part. So we've got a bit more shadowing here because this is casting a shadow. And then maybe some highlighty bits. This. Yes. There we go. And then we're going to put those there as well. Like that. No, no, love you, sausage.
Yeah.
Yay. Check Discord. Oh, there is Discord. Oh, so right around here. I gotcha. The hard edge, the soft edge, and the fading. Right. So, okay, this one here is hard, then soft, and there's a fade. I gotcha. Okay. I think this is really helping these parts anyway. Yeah, that's what I mean. You see, it is an iterative process, just figuring stuff out. And obviously, I'm very lucky that I've got you guys giving me tips and things as well, pointers, which definitely helps. Let's go a little bit lighter. We'll throw in some even brighter hard highlights. Not even really done a lot on the face, actually. Not since the beginning. I suppose these bits of fur could have a very similar treatment. Ah, the teeth. The teeth haven't got any shading whatsoever. We've got to do each tooth individually. Yes, we do. Great. It's gonna. So there'd be like a little bit of shadow here where the gum or the mouth, or whatever, sticks out. And so the light is definitely coming from that left-hand side. And this might be a bit dark, but that'll do for now. Maybe this tooth could just be a bit darker. And then this bit in the mouth, that can be darker. And then we're going to add a highlight. So we're going to grab pink, go super light. Something like that. And change the color. It's a bit too dark. Yeah, just takes the black out of it and brings it a little bit closer to like a maroony color. And then this one, this is just all round dark, really. It's that sort of corner pocket of the mouth. And then these ones, I think I'm going to fade them in here as well. I'm not entirely sure how to handle those bits, but we'll fade them in for now. Do it with off black, give it some tint. Oh, what do you mean? The teeth. Yeah, this is an off black color, isn't it? So if we colorize and go more towards greeny blue. Oh, the hue slider moves. I've never noticed that. We could do something like that. So we'll go 180, 20, 30. 180, 20. Let's go 20. 180, 20, 20. Then I can just mirror those settings again. I don't know if there's a way in Photoshop to like repeat the last action. I think there must be, right? But I don't know. You know, like in Illustrator, you just do, was it Command or Control D, and it does the last thing over again. Oh, this has turned out really well. Like, there's so many things I'm looking at and going, oh, that could be better. I just need to shut up for a second because that is a flipping good start, Dan. You really just gotta. I'm crap at normally appreciating what I've done. I'm so critical of myself, but that is really good. That's really good. You cut yourself some slack, Ginger. Mm. Sorry, Raquel. Yeah, I think I know what you mean about adding a bit of the yellowy orange color around the teeth because it's kind of coming off the creature. I think I had something similar with Charmander and his teeth yesterday. I think I started with black, and in the end, they did have like a bit more of an orangey color to them. Let's look at the Charmander. Let's just compare because I think I've sort of done them in the same style, but they're obviously slightly different. Good old Charmy here doesn't have any like fur per se. He's got a fiery tail, but he certainly doesn't have fur, and he certainly doesn't have lightning type fur. Yeah, this is definitely like level 2 in terms of difficulty. This is a lot harder. I prefer this one. Oh, awesome. I loved the pose. I was so happy that Firefly instantly just nailed the pose because that was the bit that I was just like, if I'm going to trace something, the pose has got to be right. And the images that I had, where are they? They're straight from Google, and there's only so many different poses. Like I didn't want to do that pose. No, it's too happy. I want like a more ready for battle. That's obviously someone else's artwork. That is a really cool pose, but it's a very almost like the perspective is like really wide, so it almost looks distorted in some ways, which is great, but it's not what I want. I just wanted like it stood there. So I kind of fed Firefly those images and said, give me, I can't remember what I put actually. What did I even put as the prompt? It was something like just have him standing there ready for action or something. Ready for action's a prompt I use quite a lot if I need to generate something in like a battle stance. And it flipping nailed it first time. The pose. Yeah, I really do like Firefly. I really do. Like, there's the boards in it are really cool because you can organize stuff. But if there's ever a time where I just need to generate something, or even something to assist me, it's a pretty nifty tool to have in your back pocket. These are going to be hard. These are quite tricky. I really do struggle with these. I need to. What I should do really is find a reference image or someone who's done an illustration in a similar style, and then I can just use that as a bit of a guide for how to do certain details. Raquel single-handedly keeping chat alive here. I mean, I do need to go to bed really, but I'm just having so much fun. That is the that is the problem. Yeah, I need to figure out how to attack this bit as well. This bit around the mouth could probably do with a bit of work. I'm trying to take what I've learned from the Charmander process. So like this bit around the gums here. You see, by just adding this along the edge, it gives it some sort of roundedness. And I think knowing where to put them, put it as well is Like, it just takes practice. I still don't really know. Sometimes I'll just start brushing something in and go, that looks wrong. But half the time I'm just sort of trying to kind of feel my way around it as well. So like, yeah, maybe that looks about right. And then I might go in and then add, like, I don't know, like a sort of light bit of detail around here to the top there. Yeah, it's just loads of little things like this. Maybe on here, I need to grab those colors. I need a better way to keep these colors nearby. I should actually add my swatches panel or something and stick these in there, really. That is what I would do if I was smart. Let's have them there. Maybe just a little sort of part of the mouth, like the corner sort of crease, if you like. Bedtimes for children. So hard. Or maybe it should come up like that. It's trying to work in those linear details without it looking weird. Like maybe that. I think there's a bit of an art to it, like a subtlety that's required sometimes. Around the eyes as well. I think these need some... Yeah, there we go. That's quite good, actually. Yeah, just like... almost like the eyebrows. And then maybe a little bit like there. See, I'm learning. I'm learning. And then got those little details to try and get back in. It's really hard to get them in though because they're lines, so it doesn't really fit with the style. But then this bit feels a bit flat as well. I feel like it needs... I wonder. Let's try something a sec. We'll grab the light color and we'll try using a hard brush. Yes. That's much better. Just adding a few more like extra details as well. Some of these like doubling up, so some are like sort of soft, like that one, soft, and then you might have like a really pronounced one. Sometimes these are like a flick of the wrist as well. I'm just quite literally flicking my wrist and hoping that something good happens. Any advice for doing the Adobe certified test for Photoshop? Study as best you can. I mean, I've never done it, so I'm technically not certified. I mean, I've got 20 years under my belt, but I don't know. Maybe I should do it. No idea. You can, I feel like you can look up. I think they even provide this actually. I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure I looked it up a while back. We're going back a few years here, but you can look up past tests. And I think Adobe might even make that available so you can sort of study like you would for any test, really, and then you know, obviously you don't know what questions you're going to get. They'll probably change, but I'm sure there's something like that that will help you kind of prepare. Yeah. Who's a certified yapper? Me? Yeah, this hard brush is actually making a lot of difference. I should have used this before. Oh, thank you. Yeah, no, I'm very good. That's very kind of you. Hey, I hope all your wishes come true as well. I don't know why I sounded drunk then. It's like got to the point where I'm slurring my words. Oh dear me. Hmm. Yeah, I'm going back to these old bits now. These bits definitely in need of some love. Right, I'm gonna listen. I'm gonna put my song on one more time. It's about 13 minutes, and then I absolutely do need to go to bed. But until then, we will carry on. I think I'm realizing, Raquel, that brush has really like changed the game a little bit for me. Setting the hardness to like 60 or whatever, instead of just going for everything soft and shady, having a bit more confidence to add in some harder details. It's definitely, yeah, that's definitely a good move. It just took me all this time to realize. What are those eyes for, Pops? Is that, wow, that looks really good, or is that where are you, aren't you in bed kind of eyes? It's really cool watching you and knowing what you'll change, like the brush hardness as an example. I think I gotta be honest, I think I need to do a video on this brush tool because it's so, I mean, obviously I know I cover this stuff in the courses, but just a really quick video, like use this brush for this brush is the best one ever. It's so good. Don't, I did this for years. I'd like try and find these amazing artistic don't bother. Don't look for artist brushes. Use this brush here, hardness and flow. Oh crap. I'm just changing things around now. Hardness and flow. Leave opacity alone, you don't need it. Just those two settings enable like all of this. It just took me a while to learn that. Yeah, what Pops, what are you doing? Are you upstairs? Like where are we at? Are you waiting for me? Are you feeling impatient? Um like are you just like, right, I'm going to bed? Where we at? Where we at, love? What's cracking? Oh, you're reading. Nice. Hmm. I definitely need a darker color. I think this one's too dark. Just trying to give him a bit of depth around the side of his face there, and then these sort of furry bits kind of lead out from that. You're starfishing the bed. I'm lying in the darkness waiting for you. I mean, I gotta be honest. Yeah, when I get in the zone, I do get in the zone. I'm currently in the zone. Shit. You need sleep anyway. My eye will be shut, but you know your eye. What, your singular eye? You do have two eyes, Poppy love. Yes, that is true. You do have work, don't you? Ha 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 ha. I don't, but there is the very likely possibility that I will want to carry this on. I'm sure I'll notice loads of stuff by tomorrow. It needs fixing. Yeah, these paws feel a bit rubbish when you zoom in. I'll sleep with one eye and just see your beautiful ginger face. God, it'd be so creepy. If I get into bed and suddenly one eye comes open, that will freak me out. Hey, Barry from the Bay Area. How's it going? Right, I think we're gonna probably leave it there for tonight. Let's let's chuck the shadows in. We'll do a quick recap of the process. Yeah. We've got Jolteon. We'll call him Jolteon V1. I'll save that there, then I'll do a V2 when I carry on. Because it's always fun to compare as well. Alright, let's just save this. Checkpoint 1. Yeah, not bad for... This is a little speed run of the process. Doing the line work, fixing all the detail, adding the color, and this is all Illustrator. And then just starting to throw in some shading. By the way, when I do these streams that are very like just big project process driven, I'm more than happy to just shut up and get on with it. So if you want me talking more or talking less, like honestly, you let me know. I'm more than happy to prattle on, but I'm equally happy just to shut up, put some music on, and people can watch the process. Oh, it's so cool seeing it sort of come together again. Hey Jimmy, how's it going, man? A long time no see. You good? Cool. Right. Okay. So where do we start? Yeah, we're still here, man. We still kicking. In bed scrolling YouTube, seeing the time. I don't know. I'm not sure what I'm doing live. Right. So yeah, starting with the linear version. Live paint bucket filled everything, and then we just disabled the stroke because we're not going for that sort of cartoon style. And then in Photoshop, this is kind of where we ended up. So I'll do a little before and after. This will be fun. And so we started, and this is where we are now. That's not bad for 3 hours work. Oh, that was fun. That was fun. Really enjoyed that. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining tonight and sticking with me and all that good stuff. That was an absolute blast. I thoroughly enjoyed that. And I think this is the sort of point now where I would look at it and go, I'm going to run this version I've done through Firefly and see what it does, and it's going to do better, probably better shadow work and all that kind of stuff. It might make some of the furry bits more furry, and then I can come back in and go, right, now I know where to put some shadows, and it will hopefully help me improve it even more. You keep watching the videos. Nice, excellent. Well, hopefully they're helpful. Oh, thank you. Cheers, Kia. Thanks, Barry. Yeah, we might be back tomorrow. We might be back tomorrow. I don't think there's a ton of stuff happening tomorrow. Friday's usually a pretty chill day. I was going to stream tomorrow anyway, and then ended up doing one tonight. But I think we'll still do one tomorrow. I've just got a. I think I've got a meeting at some point, which I can check. But yeah, we'll figure something out. Right, I'm gonna go to bed. Thank you guys. See you hopefully tomorrow. Bye.